I'm calling the series Postcards from the End of a Way of Living. And I'll just jump in with this week's. So, 7. No matter whether things go back to normal or not, Niagara Falls will keep on pushing 3,160 tons of water over its ledge every second. That's about 1.7 million years in the time it takes to snap. Whether things go back to normal or not, the world's oldest tree, Prometheus, high in the White Mountains of southern Nevada, will still grow just 0.058 millimeters a year. That's exactly the same length as the space between two lovers' hearts. Whether things go back to normal or not, there will still be secret hot springs in the middle of this state where the only company is the stars, the wild donkeys, and whoever you share the secret with. 8. Whether or not things go back to normal, everything you've ever been proud of will be yours to remember. No matter how long it's been, my best friend from middle school will always have the high score on the Dance Dance Revolution machine, the Circus Circus. Even if the machine gets unplugged, he, I, and all 30 people who watched him dance his heart away will always know. Whether things go back to normal or not, every kindness paid upon you will shine on in history. Like the time we arranged for someone to bring a rare truffle whose name I can't pronounce, back from the sort of country where they still have castles, just so someone we loved would know what they really taste like. 9. Whether things go back to normal or not, there will be some things you will have learned no one should do. The ancient knowledge will have been transmitted to you through the hurt in someone's eyes, and you will exist in the long, unbroken chain of human learning no matter what. Whether things go back to normal or not, you will have healed your scabbed knees and you've regrown your bad haircuts. You will have forgotten some things. You will have remembered some things. You will have lied because you had to. You will have left because you could. You will have dreamed big, bet everything, risked it all just by stepping outside your door each day. And 10. Whether things go back to normal or not, it will always be true that you met your best friend in exactly the way you did. No one has an origin story but you. And whether things go back to normal or not, there will still be secrets you were trusted with that you never shared. There will be secrets you wish you had kept in your damn mouth. And whether or not things go back to normal or not, you will always have your own dreams for a better future. And that's it.
Is that it for you, Griffin?
Yeah, that's my contribution, human beings.
All right, thank you so much. So let's see. I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out this screen stuff, and I don't know what I just did. I was trying to do the spotlight, so trying to take the spotlight off. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. Thank you, Griffin. All right. So next up on the mic, Rena.
Where they at? It's me?
It's
oh,
you.
It's me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Not memorized. I come with a visual, though. Let's see. So, swirly bit. So this is a swirly poem. Keep that in mind. So I'm having this conversation with a crab at the bottom of a crab pot. You know what a crab pot is, right? They're these terrible steel boiling soup of terror and glee. Crabs, when they're thrown into boiling water, they will thrash out with their claws, trying desperately to drown their companions so they may crawl over them to freedom. But in doing so, of course, they hasten every crab's demise. So I'm talking to my friend, and he goes, well, you know why I tell people I can't be a communist, because I'm an elitist. I pay for purebred dogs, after all. And you know, I laughed.
Ow.
It was a shock, dismay, horror laugh with dead eyes, but it was a laugh. It didn't mean I agreed with him, nor was permissible of his actions. I mean, fuck. Like, I'm a communist. I mean, anarchist, filthy commie, you know. So I laugh, and he goes in deeper. I mean, it's not like I actually believe in equality. We all know some people are inherently better than others, like, duh. He laughs. I laugh. A higher pitch of shock laugh. Now, it was the truth. It was a vulnerable moment. I could have crushed him, called him a bastard's shame, a petty fool, a damn salty crab, for fuck's sake. I could have made him weep, twinge, rage, beg for mercy. But instead, I laughed at him. For I know the joke, you see, and it's not sarcastic. The joke is that one turns to the all and says, oh, look, it's us stirring that damn crab pot again. What you gonna do about it, little sister? Well, for one, I'm gonna make sure people know about crab pots, that they kill each other because of hierarchy, that we can tell a new joke at any time. Maybe that one about the crab disassembles the pot with their clicky-clacky appendages, all while the water boils him and his friends around him. Thanks.
Oh, yes.
Right. Thank you. All right, y'all. Just before I forget, so I can actually keep track, just please let me know if you're going to do one poem or two poems, because being the host, I don't want to cut you off after your first poem and be like, all right, thanks, and then cut you off. So if you're going to do two poems, just let me know that you're going to do two. And welcome to those who just came. Thank you for staying muted during the poem. Like I said, you can give love, you know, if you want sometime during the middle, or whatever sparks your interest. You can do little emojis, whatever works, just be respectful. All right, thank you guys. This is awesome. All right, next up on the mic, we have Orlando.
Yeah, Orlando.
Hey, everybody. All right, so I'm just gonna share a part of some songs. I was still mowing around what I was gonna do today, so I'm just gonna do it's just some lyrics. Hold on, I drew a blank. Time's got a hold of my soul, visual. I found what I lost when I learned to let go. Give me your strength and your vision to see. Give me your light and help it penetrate thee. Darkness, believe that we're willing to change. We're moving away from the pain where we stayed. Give me strength in your guidance. Give me love in my heart. Let my life be a prayer. No more violence, let's start to learn what life really means. I think I'm living the dream. When I go to my brother's house to sit down and eat, now what do I really need? I think I got everything. I wish our people had more. I wish there wasn't no poor. I wish they'd open the door to those seeking refuge. I wish the wars would stop. I wish that we would refuse. I wish there wasn't no cops. I wish that we didn't see them. Sometimes life is cold, I want to turn back the seasons. Give me a reason and I will bless you forever. I think my girl loved me, so I think I'ma let her. I heard her before, but I know I can do better. We got the power to change. We got the power to sever. Give me power to live my life right by you. Give me the vision to see what's just out of my view. Give me the power to dream a new life like you. Give me the vision to see a new life like you. Please don't let the bad change me. I want to be loved the way that I used to be. I want to be clean like when I was a seed. Just help me believe that we can heal everything. Love's all we need. Please don't let the bad change me. I want to be loved the way that I used to be. I want to be clean like when I was a seed. Just help me believe that we can heal everything. Love's all we need, love. It's all we need, love. We're just moving to the sound of love. Moving to the sound of love. I don't want to be angry, but it's so hard to let go. When my father struck me, I swear it damaged my soul. I found a hope in new leaves because I'm willing to know. Even cut down trees will still continue to grow. I got my roots intact. I'm on the right track. Moving from the past to the things I attract. What I lacked before this, I guess prepare me for now. You can't overstand the sky until you understand the ground. My baby mama tried to take my baby son away. I prayed real hard for a better day, and now it's here. I'm thinking clear about my boy. Things change so much. I want to use my new voice to give hope to those who are going through changes. Life can be strange when it keeps rearranging. People come and go, cross over and no. I pray to the one who gave me light in my soul, you know, because we're just moving to the sound of love. That was it. Thank you, everybody, for letting me share.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Orlando. All right. And just a reminder, guys, if you want to donate, you don't have to. I know things are tough right now, but if you want to donate anything, we do have a Venmo. It's a SVC account. Okay. That's if you want, but no pressure. I know it's crazy right now, but just gotta throw that out there. All right, y'all. Let's see what we got next. All right, Joe, you are up. Joe Hunt.
All right. I'm gonna do something different. Not read a poem exactly. I'm writing a novel where President Trump's son Barron goes back in a time machine to stop his own father with Melania's help. So I'm gonna read two little excerpts from that, probably around 7-8 minutes. P.S. Barron's the narrator, and he thinks he's an orphan because he's always doing time machine stuff. In the beginning, Dr. Vogel told me it's like the first astronauts blasting off into space. I even wear a spacesuit. And at first, they couldn't walk on the moon, only look at it. You don't know what to expect, if it'll work, and it's dangerous. Could blow up like the Challenger or Elon Musk rockets. Might be aliens out there, I don't know. For me, they'll be bad guys trying to follow me around in enemy time machines. Mess up my prime objective, saving the world or whatever it changes. But it's pretty cool and exciting, and you're like the only one who gets to do it. In the beginning, they sent up some dogs and a monkey to make sure it was safe for people, like NASA. It wasn't supposed to be me. They had a bunch of orphans lined up. It was like summer camp at the lab with sleeping bags and s'mores, except instead of archery, there was a time machine. I even heard Gus say, "Where do they find all these kids? Do you think they really are orphans? Or possible they're all Don Juan's bastards? He's one sick puppy, a one-man orphan-making factory." And that's why we called Mother Superior. That's Melania. Because she was a mother to all of us, not just me. I think she looks a little like Virgin Mary. I remember her playing that video of an opera singer singing Elmo, "Time to Say Goodnight," on Sesame Street. 10 of us in a row of sleeping bags. She'd kiss us all on the forehead. Gus says she's got the Florence Nightingale touch. Every one of her patients falls in love with her. But a lot of the orphans came back with throw up in their helmets. They had to go to the hospital like they'd been poisoned. Vogel called it temporal dysfunction. It's like the body rejecting a transplanted organ, the heart or kidney, but in this case, it's the earth of that time zone rejecting them. I've always had a good stomach, never threw up on roller coasters or the Gravitron, We used to sneak out to Coney Island. I can read Diary of Wimpy Kid while the limousine's going. That's like my superpower, not throwing up. Like Spider-Man getting bit by a spider or Wolverine getting adamantium. It makes you feel special when you're a kid. Father Superior has a joke, that's Trump. What can I say? The kid's got phenomenal genes, at least half of them. So next part, this is in the middle. So I was just traveling around, I guess. They say on the movie Inception, you never remember how you get into the dream, how it starts off. I was walking around outside the capsule, think I was caught up, heard something, everyone talking, then pulled like a magnet to that famous spot on Pennsylvania Avenue where everybody's protesting all the time, but the fence wasn't there. It was knocked flat. Oh no, that's no good, I thought. There was a river of people, like an Avengers Infinity War, when Black Panther opens the force field and all the bad guys squeeze through. Or I saw another movie, zombies on World War Z swarming the front lawn. Not that many, but it felt like it. Probably how they knocked down the fence. I remember looking at some of the people and thinking, is it a gang? Check if they're wearing red or blue, like Crips and Bloods or something, I don't know. Camouflage uniforms for a militia, that's a real thing. But they look normal, guys and girls with regular clothes on. I almost wanted to ask what's going on, but didn't want them attacking me. I heard people say stuff enough to tell me, we did it, game over, let's get the mother. Okay. I looked to see if they had guns, but it was a blur. I was still in my invisible suit, but I was still afraid that I could get knocked down and trampled. That's how people die. I tried staying out of the way, but it was almost impossible. The first thing I thought of when I got over the shock, didn't stand there staring like I'm stupid, was Mother Superior. I ran in and tried dodging, Melania again. Staying in pockets where there weren't as many people. The whole thing was so crazy. Even as I was watching, I thought, this can't be real. It felt like a dream. It was dark outside too, made it scarier. People use lights on their phones, but I think I did see some fire on torches or crumpled up newspaper, like Frankenstein. Maybe not burning down the house, the big house yet. It really was like Halloween, turned into a horror movie. I don't like horror movies. For 2 seconds, I thought, what month is it? April? Is it possible it's Halloween here in their time zone? And that's why they're, as if they'd have a haunted White House, crazy zombies like the Easter egg hunt. But no, that didn't make any sense. Unlike when someone shines a flashlight in their face, telling a ghost story, it was scary just to see glimpses of their faces. They were mad. Then they disappear back into the blob like a 500-headed monster. I think someone must have shut out the streetlights. So if there were cameras, you couldn't see them. I saw some bananas, but no Halloween masks. And the lights in the big house, some of them were off, like we were not home. Some were flickering, like you could see them waking up, move from room to room. It did look like a haunted house. I could almost see through the walls to guess what's happening. Mother Superior grabbing a painting of George Washington. I heard that somewhere. Another time it got burned down. Jake, the bodyguard, telling Father what to do. This way, sir. But he doesn't listen to anybody. If it was a movie, Father would think he'd want to grab a sword from one of those statues of armor, but I don't even think we have those. I tried to visualize where they were. Wish I had real x-ray vision. Ivanka would be pretty hard to wake up. She has a bunny eye mask, so the sun doesn't wake her up in the morning. I was almost there. People busting down the door to get in. I saw an explosion in some tower, and this will sound fake, but I thought I saw a guy breathing fire, like you're watching Mad Max. I'm too late, I thought. I went to her balcony, almost like Romeo and Juliet or some love movie, Rapunzel. Mother Superior, I called her name. Melania, are you in there? It's me, TK, Baron. I should throw a rock at the window. Hey, I'm here to save you. But there was no response.
Oh.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. So is the whole thing done, or are you still writing it, Joe?
So it's like I'm pretty close to being half done. I'm just gonna post it like on Amazon when it's half done, like here in like a week or two or a couple weeks or something.
Oh, cool. All right.
So like, yeah, almost done enough.
All right.
Yeah.
Keep us posted, please. All right. All right, y'all. Next up on the mic, we have Neptune. Please give it up for Neptune.
Hey guys, how's it going? All right. So this one may or may not have a little bit of a trigger. It's been 7 years. We're just gonna do one poem, by the way. Sorry, this one's a little rough. It's
Are
called
you doing this
Whiskey.
without a video, just to make sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, just want to make sure.
It's called Whiskey, Suits, and Cigarettes. My throat is raw. For the first time, I could release, scream, and say my piece. The taste of copper and iron filling my mouth, cigarette on my tongue, salt on my cheek and lips. Is it wrong to feel it one? So it goes. Nothing changes. Songs and poems, scribbling on pages. A harsh realization that it wasn't the location. No, it was the phases. The paces of heartbeats that we found racing. It was every time our feet hit the pavement to the thump that we felt with the bases. Every time our heads nodded to the rhymes between all the phrases. And so it goes. Nothing changes. It's a different stage, a different page, a different name, written hastily to beat the nervous jitters that fill out the pain. Scrawled on our tear-stained flesh, dripping from a face slit. We all wish we could change it. I know I do. Is it the hole left vacant, or the memories with you in them that sear, that make me want to see you famous, so that even when I'm gone, you're never forgotten, and when I'm gone, you keep living on, even though you didn't make it. So it goes. Nothing changes. That's it.
Oh,
Nice. Thank you.
Good work.
man.
That was inspired by an old local artist that we used to have around Randall Mercado. Fucking miss you, bro.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. All right. We're going to keep it moving. Next up on the mic is Jesse.
All right, I'm doing two pieces. Trigger alert on both of them is that they both contain language pertaining to the concept of death, specifically losing one person that was very close to me and another person that I did not know at all, but nevertheless that death affected me in my writing and trying to share a response to an event in the news. So the first piece is called Running Out of Time, written in response to the untimely death of Ahmaud Arbery. I hear the rattle in the back of the throat as I feel his grip on the front, like miniature murdering masculine maracas of mayhem, delivering would-be justice, turning themselves into karma's fortune. We find eloquence in uncomfortable silence and purpose in going for a run. We beg of the world, be better, as we stand with those who kneel, and we kneel for those who lay, searching in the rubble for the right words to say. The trouble seems to be doubled these days, living in bubbles, unable to huddle, grasping in vain for godly ways. Once again, that was Running Out of Time. That was the first piece of two. The second, for some of you listening, you knew that my father was battling cancer. On Tuesday of this last week, he left this plane, and I was there with him when he did. And so this is called With Pride. I watched the bright red and white lights disappear, headed down, right down the drive. The first time in over 3 months his withered body had been outside. He drew his last at 5:35, 3 hours later on the dot, officially pronounced no longer alive. Halfway between completion and a new beginning, 7 years plus paved from the day, they say the Mayan civilization predicted all things would pass away. Boxes checked on lists, timelines with unpredictable shifts and twists, having shed his earthly outfit in the walk-in closet of life's bliss, having helped with lips and a kiss, we bid adieu to the shell, telling the sky we miss. Fuck yeah, were the 2 words we heard you say last, enjoying a hospice massage a day or so before you passed. Tuesday, 5/12/20. Plenty of reasons for giving this forgiveness, sending love above me. Have you sent me the seasons, letters to remind across the year not to live in this life in fear, for you love me. Fly on from this plane, monarch, and remind us from time to time. We, shaped by your character arc, feel the breeze and watch you climb. Thank you.
Oh, man.
Sorry for your loss, Jesse.
Thank you.
So sorry.
Yeah, much love.
All right, thanks for sharing that, Jesse.
Yeah, thanks, Jesse. All right, y'all. Let's see what we have up next. Annalise, you are up.
Thank you. I have 2 of them, so, okay. The first one's called Behold the Dream. I am the dream a slave once had when they closed their eyes at night and envisioned a world without whips and another day in the life of chattel. I was what they thought of when their tongues were taken and language didn't flow easily anymore. When they were stripped of their belongings, when home became a foreign, brutal land, and they slept on floors with no foundations and worked past the point of pain. They pictured a land with no shackles and children who hadn't been sold away, and days that belonged to them. When the sun got so hot it cracked the broken skin on their backs, they dreamed of beds they didn't have to leave. Or when they washed dresses that they weren't permitted to adorn, they pictured lavish outfits, bold hairstyles, captivating war paint. Or when they dusted tomes with English titles, they imagined a world where they could memorize the scripts of their ancestors and pass that knowledge along. Whiling away the hours with written word, delightful prose, and enhanced conversations didn't belong to them. But I do, me, the invention of my ancestors. Behold their dream. When the canvas was ripped from their bodies, they imagined a mosaic on their skin, the art of respect, the dignity of mutual desire, and the power of a kiss returned. As they watched white skin favored and protected, and they were called inhuman, primitive, diseased, nasty, stupid, ugly animals. When they had to run for their freedom, they never imagined me running for pleasure. When dogs hunted their trail, they never pictured my diligent hound at my side protecting me from strangers. Breath in their lungs wasn't a blessing, but somehow they kept breathing, kept envisioning, and now here I am, the wild fantasia they cooked up. When they only got the pits of the animal, the worst scraps to fashion a meal with, they conjured up full, sated bellies into being and prayed daydreams into a reality. I am the unbelievable notion they mused upon. I am the rainbow of hallucination. Whenever a man burns my hand with a kiss instead of a brand, I am the utopia. The drumbeat in my body belongs to them. When my children laugh uncaringly and theirs were thrown into fields, I come from the deepest pain. When money floods my bank account, I remember every cent they're owed. Every time I braid my hair or twist it or shave it bald, I honor them. The shackles were removed from their feet so that I could dance. Every car I drive, every book I read, every time I vote, whenever I use my outside voice, every rule I break and get away with, every time I succeed, when I pick myself back up and put myself together and slay in their name, when a necklace is placed upon my nape instead of a rope, I can hear them singing. I see them rubbing their eyes in disbelief. I made it, meager as it is. I'm exactly what they wanted. The spark in my mind, the power in my veins, the vengeance in my eyes. I've returned for them. They want answers. They really want to know what we're seeing because people are still in cages. Babies are taken from their parents. Enraged, they demand answers. The president is a racist. They want to know why bullets are still taking us down. They need to know too many people are still lost in pain, and their tears fill the rivers and the wealthy drink from it. I am my ancestors' wildest dream. I've returned because of them, and they told me to rip this world apart for them and grow a better future, because that's what they were working for. That's what they kept breathing for. Reparations in the form of rest, respect, and repayment we owe them, and they won't sleep until it's done. It's number one.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
it's so great.
Second one is a silly, sad love poem. Okay. Hey there, melancholy guy. I wanted to try to tell you that I see sorrow in your eyes and I felt that pain too. It's there in plain view. The sad that's in you is in me too. And this is just so strange because I've never seen anyone as sad as I was. I've never seen my same shade of blue. But there's light hidden in you. It's beautiful. It's tangled in your blue. You couldn't hide it even if you tried to. Peering into your dark, I see the sunspots burning through. I yearn to watch the dawning of the beautiful day I sense in your soul. I want to see it reach your eyes, crinkle your cheeks, put a dumb grin on your face. And if for some reason the wattage is low, I have some to share. Let me share. I'll light your candle, give you my last match. I don't mind because there's nothing better than when you shine. Your words leave an impression on my skin. My resolve fails. I start to whimper with love, ache with admiration, and I'm falling, clinging to the last edges of my reason, but it's dissolving. And that's the trouble. My simpering heart is absent-minded and fails to recall there's so much more than just the fall, and I've seen it all. It's a long way down without footholds to pull you back. It's messy and confusing, and I don't want to be the only one tumbling into the chasm. Paroxysms on my sugar-damaged tongue, flung below with no way back up again, staring from below to where I had been. I don't want to be the only one in love again. But there's one thing for sure, I know me, and my silly flights of fancy. Sad has never been enough to defeat my sentimentality. My willful heart, though it may lose, will never surrender to the blues. With every laugh we share or reference we make, every longing moment that we take, I slip a little closer to the edge. My group will loosen, my wards will sink, and I'll be right back at the brink, just about to tumble down, tripping, grip slipping, descending into love with you. And I hope, I wish, I pray to see you falling down alongside me. There you go.
All right, thank you so much. All right, so